So I found this baby on Facebook Marketplace for 20 bucks, and I figured since I've been looking for one for a while that I might as well give it a try and see if I can get it fixing up. It did run when we bought it, which is great, so I don't have to mess with the motor or any of that, but I do have a lot of rust to deal with. I'll be using this for the rust, and I'm going to take the entire thing apart, like all the metal bits, so that I can get to all the rusty parts and get at them and grind them, use a wire brush, get the rust off, and then use this OSFO stuff to kind of seal it up so it doesn't continue to rust, and then we'll paint it over later. So I have to get this little motor part here off, and almost everything on this was held together with bolts and nuts, so I needed kind of 2 wrenches on either end of the situation to fully get everything separated. And honestly, there were a couple that were so rusted together that I ended up just torquing them apart and just sheared the screw in half rather than try to muscle through the rust, because, you know, that's what the rust decided to do. So here I'm taking off the motor, and that is the part that I want to be extra careful with. I don't want to mess it up. Since it does run, it is important that I don't screw that up, because then I would have to buy a replacement, and that's going to be more than I want to spend on this thing. So I'm carefully disassembling this, and I'm taking pictures as I go of close-up things just to make sure I know how things go back together and where the motor needs to be and all that goody stuff. This is actually a fairly simple mechanism. It's got the motor and then a belt that just connects to a giant disc under the wheel, and then that is kind of part of the wheel, so everything spins on that bigger wheel's speed, which is kind of great. It's nice and simple, not too much to understand unless there's some problem with the electrical box there, which again, thank God there was nothing wrong with that. Here's just the little motor. You can see how the spindle is super, super, super rusted. I'm going to try to get a little bit of that off, but honestly, I don't want to mess with it too much because, again, I don't want to mess it up. So I'll just coat it with the OSFO, and hopefully that will stop the rust from continuing to worsen at least. I did have to open up this electrical box to get at some of the screws that were connecting it. I believe it's a little more secure just so that to keep water out, because again, this is a wet situation. There's water flying everywhere when you're doing wheel throwing. So I had to get into it to actually undo it. The shroud was extra gross, but it actually ran pretty well underneath. Everything seemed to be nice and smooth, and hopefully we can keep it that way as we put it back together. Again, the rust had gotten to the spindle here, and it was kind of a ton of work to try to get this off, and it was tightened on really good. But eventually, with a bit of help from that OSFO stuff, I did get all of these things kind of slid off and ready to work with. There were a couple different sizes of wrenches in this. Some of it was imperial sizes, and there were actually some metric sizes, so I'm not exactly sure what the deal with that was, but we figured it out and got everything taken apart, thank goodness. I can't imagine getting to this point and then not being able to get it apart, but it did take a bit of finagling to get it out of there, which is good. It means it's built well, and hopefully we got it back together just as well. There's a ball bearing set here right in the middle. You can kind of see it when I tilt the wheel upwards, and that's actually what makes it run fairly smooth. So if I have any problems in the future, I know that I could come back in here, open that up, and replace the ball bearings if they start to get a little rough or anything. But I cleaned them off, and they seem to run fairly smooth, so I didn't feel the need to do that just now. You can see this is also like extremely dirty. The previous owner let some wasps or something come in and make a nest in there and all sorts of things. It was probably kept outside. No shame, but it definitely needed this cleanup, so I'm glad I ended up taking it apart. I kind of didn't want to at first, but the more I looked at it, the more I realized it really needed to come all the way apart. As I was sanding, I realized that whatever paint was on here, the stuff that was still stuck on, was stuck really, really well. So I decided not to try to get everything down to the metal. I just decided to get all of the rust off and kind of the rusty edges peeled off, but I decided that the paint that was on there, that was kind of from the factory, would end up probably being stronger than anything I could spray paint on at home. So it would act sort of as a good primer layer. I'm still going to put my standard spray paint primer over this and then paint over this. And I had my brother come help me with this a little bit. But eventually we got it pretty well cleaned up. And again, I am trying to get the rust off of the motor as much as I can. There was a big patch on the side body here. And again, I didn't want to spray paint this because there's lots of holes. I don't want to get paint in the motor. So I just dabbed it really well with the OSPO, and I'll kind of keep an eye on it as we continue to check on it. So I employed Brad to do the priming and the painting for me. We decided to tape off the sign, like the label of the kiln, just because it was kind of a cool little thing. It felt vintage, so we wanted to keep that. So we blue taped that, and then the gray there that you saw was primer, and then we're doing this fabulous minty green color over top of that. Gotta stay on theme with Bariva Creative. And again, we're just peeling that tape off. Hopefully we kept a nice clean line there, and it looks like we did, which is always thrilling. Thinking back on it, I should have cut off the top part of the sign and just stuck with Clay Boss, because how awesome is that? But we got Creative Industries as well, so that's fine. The worst bits of rust were definitely on the legs, so I also employed Brad to 3D print me some new feet just to keep the metal off the ground and out of any potential water, because again, we will be keeping this outside as well. At least for the time being, we don't have an indoor space for it, so he printed some fabulous legs just to keep the metal off the ground and a little bit separated from the moisture. So now we're just going to try to remember how everything went back together. I decided to buy all new nuts and bolts for this because they were in such bad shape. And I went with stainless because, again, it's a very wet situation and the rust was a disaster. So if I ever need to take this apart again, I'm going to very much appreciate that I used the stainless. However, stainless is a softer metal, so I ended up ruining a couple of these nuts just by, I'm not entirely sure what happened, but the lock nuts as I got them on kind of would get caught, and I ended up shearing the screws apart, which again with stainless is going to be easier. It happens, it's okay, we're moving on. I had extras, thank goodness. So again, just trying to remember exactly how everything went back together. Got to use a little bit of hammer to get everything nice and tight and together where it needs to be. Especially here in this spindle, and then we tighten down the Allen wrench nuts that kind of help hold that in place, and you can see everything spinning together, and we're trying to get the belt back on. I couldn't do it at first, so I decided to move on to getting the electrical box back in place and all of that good stuff. Again, I had to be super careful with the electronics because I was working my screwdriver right in there, and I didn't want to mess any of that up because that is kind of next level to fix and I did not want to deal. So I carefully put that back on and got it nice and sealed back up, and hopefully we don't have to open that baby again. So again, I'm just going to go back in and get this all cleaned up. This is just the shroud that protects all that good stuff underneath the motor and the belt, and all of that is all protected by this, so we want to get it nice and clean because I don't plan on opening this up ever again. And next we're just going to put the shroud back on. I ended up twisting off a screw in the hole and we were unable to get it out, so we will have to come back another time and drill that out to replace it, but the shroud holds on pretty well without it, so we will just go with that. And next we're going to check and see if this is nice and level. Hopefully the wheel spins nice and levelly, because that means that we will end up with nice level pots. Thankfully, the little bit of unlevel was simply the ground and not the actual wheel, so everything's level there and good to go. And then, of course, we have to test it out. So I never did anything with the pedal because the way it was put together and the fact that it's dealing with electronics, I really didn't want to mess with it. I might just buy a completely replacement pedal because it is fairly rusted and it actually doesn't pedal very smoothly. But I'm able to do some fun stuff with it, and I am so thrilled with how it turned out for 20 bucks. What a steal. Here you can see the tiniest bit of deviation, but it doesn't seem to be enough to be affecting how I'm throwing right now. I'll just have to keep an eye on it. Well guys, that was tons of fun, and I'm absolutely thrilled with how this came out. I am so excited to finally have a pottery wheel of my own to practice on. I still don't have an operational kiln, but I will definitely be practicing on this, and I might be using a local makerspace to fire if I ever get something that's worth keeping. But for now, I'm just so thrilled with how this worked out, and I hope you guys learned something. I hope you can find yourself using this video in some way. Hope to see you all again next time. Like, subscribe, comment below if you liked this video, and bye!